A cited history of alleged dysfunction, collusion, and concerning mismanagement and undermining tactics. This is just a snapshot of what has come from an investigation into the practices of the Near North District School Board Administration and trustees. A report that has led the Minister of Education, Paul Calandra, to post a scathing response on social media, as well as call on the Board of Trustees to immediately deal with some of the largest issues relayed. The investigator pointed to some serious concerns when it comes to the Director of Education, Craig Miles, which included personal use of a corporate credit card, which the investigator noted the card was used by a family member of Miles, and noted that despite his intention to reimburse the board for those purchases, it was unacceptable of him to use the card for personal purchases. The investigator also pointed to two instances where Miles created new positions, a corporate affairs officer and an executive superintendent, where in both instances the period for hiring was brief, about 4 days for one, and both positions were immediately filled internally. The investigator questioned the need for these positions and their larger salaries, as well as Miles' intentions for creating the positions. The investigator also pointed to situations where trustees willfully spread misinformation within the Parry Sound community to undermine the process of the new build at the K-12 mega school in Parry Sound. She also reported concern with many of the trustees' lack of understanding of the scope of their positions. One situation pointed to was a potential conflict of interest by a trustee member whose spouse reportedly works at McDougall Public School, which was intended to be sold as part of the process of building the new school. The investigator found that the trustees' involvement in discussions regarding keeping McDougall open, despite original agreements with the Ministry of Education to close it, could be seen as a conflict of interest. However, YourTV found a ruling from an Ontario court in 2023 in a similar scenario involving the London District Catholic School Board, which stated that a trustee having a spouse that is working in a school under review could not be construed as a conflict of interest, as any potential benefit a trustee could derive from ratification of a collective agreement was so insignificant and remote that no reasonable person could conclude that the trustee decisions making could be affected by the interest. The ruling did state, however, that a trustee in this position would need to still put their potential conflict in writing to the board and state this court ruling in that letter, but did not need to recuse themselves. As the situation moves forward, the Ministry of Education is calling on the board to make several moves within the next 15 business days, including reviews of the Director of Education, a review of the Board of Trustees, and a review of HR. Organizer of the local group Parents for Parry Sound, Amy Black, says she's pleased with this movement, but is still concerned about the decisions being made in regards to the new school build.
So as far as the governance review goes, like that's all great, the 15 days, some items are even 5-10 days. But our concern still remains the same as when are the kids getting into that new school? Construction delays, and even if it's not until next year, what's the plan to improve their education quality right now? So we still don't have answers to that, and that's what we're still going to keep pushing for. We were really grateful that Minister Calandra followed through with what he said. After reading the report, it's quite clear there's a lot of issues with both sides, trustees and the senior administration staff. We were surprised, though, that there wasn't any disciplinary action for Director of Education Craig Miles.
YourTV has reached out to both the Near North District School Board Administration as well as the Chair of the Board of Trustees. Administration has responded saying it will not be providing a statement on the situation, and at the time of this recording, the Chair of the Trustees has not responded.